morning, class. In this video, I wanted to walk you through the researched argument essay. This essay is the second to last major assignment that you will have to complete for our English 102 class, and it represents the culmination of your research over the last several weeks. In the assignment sheet, you can see that the rough draft is due Friday, April 24th by 11:59 p.m. and that the final draft of this assignment is due Monday, May 4th, by 11:59 p.m. Just like the previous assignments, you will be getting global and inline feedback from me regarding your rough draft the week following this due date. I will then ask you to make a marked and clean version of the final draft of the researched argument essay that you will submit on May 4th. The formatting style should be MLA 8, no surprise there. The length should be 6 to 8 pages, double-spaced. The final draft percentage of your overall grade is 25%. The final draft is worth a quarter of your final grade in this class, so it is worthwhile to take this assignment very seriously. Overview. Because you've read some of Geography of Genius and you've conducted your own research, it's time for you to write your own chapter and play the role of Eric Weiner. Like Weiner, you'll be tasked with explaining how geography, infrastructure, and culture have helped make a particular place especially creative using the research you've already completed. And I can't emphasize that enough. This assignment is about translating the research you've already done, not about conducting more research. So the good news is that you want to be focusing on the work that you have yet to do, not on the work that you've already done. In adapting or translating the research from your expose assignment into the argumentative paper, you should incorporate all of the sources you used in the expose assignment, as well as concepts taken from the later chapters of Geography of Genius. Now, this last recommendation is for a face-to-face class in which we are not all separated and connecting to each other through D2L. You can disregard this last requirement here, which is for a face-to-face class. You only need to incorporate a concept from Geography of Genius that we have read together. That would include the first 3 chapters. We're simply not going to get to the later chapters this semester because of all the changes that we've been dealing with. So you only need to incorporate the sources from your research as well as one concept from Geography of Genius. It is perfectly acceptable to change or add sources between the expose and the researched argument essay. Just make sure you use all of your sources in the essay. I should also mention here that it is perfectly acceptable for this essay to copy and paste material that you have written yourself from the expose into the researched argument essay. In some cases, students will be accused of plagiarism if they do that, but this is exactly why the expose and researched argument essay were designed the way they were. So if you have a really successful expose assignment, a really successful abstract, make sure to use portions of that and add them directly into your researched argument essay. That is perfectly acceptable. I encourage you to do it. Now, the structure and tone of this essay is going to be a bit different than most papers you've written for a class like ours. Your introduction should be similar to approaches taken by Eric Weiner. You want to walk your reader through the place that you've chosen, introducing us to the important sounds, smells, sights, and even the people we might encounter on an everyday jaunt. This first paragraph is not just descriptive, but also informative, forecasting the major concepts and critical terms you will be analyzing in the essay. This paragraph should conclude with a forecasting statement that ties your argument briefly together. This place achieved this kind of creativity for these reasons. So your first paragraphs should be a little bit less formal and very descriptive. I should have a sense of the textures of the place that you've chosen and how these textures contribute to the kind of creativity that you have and will be writing about. The body paragraphs should use the P paragraph model, remember that. But importantly, when you present your examples taken from your research, these examples should use comparisons, lists, definitions, experts, studies, and anecdotes as a means of conveying information. It is not enough for you just to quote something. In the analysis section, I want you to try to use some of these strategies as a means of conveying complicated information in simpler ways to me, your audience. So I suspect that this is probably for many students going to be a bit uncomfortable, but that's exactly why we have rough drafts so that I can give you feedback on those moments that are successful and those moments that are less successful with comparisons or anecdotes. Again, the rough draft for the researched argument essay is due April 24th. You'll be getting feedback on that rough draft the next week, and then your final draft will be due in two forms, a marked and clean version by May 4th. This is the second to last major assignment in our class. The last assignment is going to be a reflective assignment, which is a little bit less involved than anything like this. So I encourage you to take this assignment very seriously. You have to complete it in order to pass the class. And again, you are primarily translating your research for this researched argument essay. Thank you so much for watching.